Determined to achieve peace with honor, President Nixon gradually withdrew American troops while doubling efforts to equip the South Vietnamese army to carry on the Vietnam War. In 1970, American and South Vietnamese troops invaded Cambodia. They were unsuccessful in their mission to capture North Vietnamese bases. By the fall of 1972, there was less than 50,000 Americans in Vietnam. In 1973, a ceasefire was negotiated by National Security Advisor Henry Kissinger. Even though American troops departed, the war continued into spring of 1975, when North Vietnam took control of the country. The United States spent over $140 billion in a losing effort that cost more than 58,000 American lives.
There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
As Vietnam came to an end, the Nixon administration took historic steps towards closer ties with major communist powers. The most notable move was a new relationship with the People's Republic of China, a well-known political foe of the U.S. In 1971 and 1972, Nixon softened the American stance, eased trading restrictions, and became the first U.S. president to visit Beijing. The Shanghai Communique was signed during that visit. Its main purpose was to state that both countries would work to improve their relations for the good of everyone. This was a step away from the U.S. policy that recognized Taiwan as the sole legitimate Chinese government.
Once upon a time, there lived two neighbors. One of them bought a shotgun. Aha, thought the other. All right, I'll buy myself a bigger gun. What could this mean, thought the first neighbor. I'll buy myself something bigger.
With the Soviet Union, Nixon was equally successful in pursuing the policy he and Henry Kissinger called Detente. He held several meetings with Soviet leader Leonid Brezhnev, in which they agreed to limit stockpiles of missiles, cooperate in space, and ease trading restrictions. The Strategic Arms Limitation Talks was an arms control agreement limiting the growth of nuclear arsenal and restricting anti-ballistic missile systems. On August 9, 1974, Richard Nixon resigned under speculation of conspiracies surrounding the Watergate scandal. Gerald Ford took office. During Gerald Ford's time in office, the Helsinki Accords was signed. 35 countries signed the Helsinki Accords in 1975. Two main impacts of the agreement were on European borders and human rights. Jimmy Carter was elected president in 1976. As a newly elected president, Carter tried to renegotiate the SALT II treaty to limit Soviet missiles. The treaty was signed in 1979 but was not ratified in response to the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. This also led to Carter's military defense buildup that paved the way for the large expenditures of the 1980s.